All right, it's Rick here. Welcome back to another episode of Ice Castle Eats. In today's episode, we are going to do something kind of fun. This is a recipe I've been making for a long time. It's a skillet, and everyone's probably heard or had skillet, but this is kind of my version of skillet. I call it Rick's Hangover Skillet. We kind of had a long night. We're in Door County, beautiful Door County, Wisconsin, and had a great night last night. Had a few cocktails, so we're feeling pretty good. So we got our my buddy Steve bought these these big beef sticks, so I have a little Bloody Mary here to get started. But we're gonna fire up the Blackstone. A couple things about this: you can use Blackstone. You can use any type of grill, really. I like Blackstone. I bring it along sometimes in the winter as well when it's a nice 30 or 25, 30 degree day. It can work out pretty nice. So we're gonna get started. We'll walk you through how to make it, and it's Rick's Hangover Skillet on Ice Castle Eats. So we've got our Blackstone fired up. It's heating a little bit. We're gonna start with the bacon. I kind of do this in a few different stages. So I'm gonna cut up the bacon, fry that up in pieces. And one of the most important tips is when you do your bacon, make sure you get it pretty well done and crispy, because nothing is worse than having the bacon kind of not done in the skillet. So and then what we do is we use a little bit of that grease to help along with the hash browns later on in the other cooking. So we're gonna cut this up and cut them into small pieces and fry them up. So once we have the bacon on, we're gonna get it fried up here a little bit. This is a time where I like to add some seasoning to the bacon. I like to use a little Worcestershire sauce. You don't need to use a ton of Worcestershire, but enough to give it some flavor. And then use just standard salt and pepper. Now it's also a good time if you want to do little Cajun spices in there. You can add some of your favorite Cajun seasonings and whatnot. So we're gonna do the bacon. Once we do the bacon, then we're gonna do the Jimmy Dean's sausage. And I use Jimmy Dean sausage. You can really use any sausage you want. I like Jimmy Dean, it's good. And this is the Sage brand, but you can try whatever you want. So we'll keep getting this bacon done and we'll check back with you in a second. So a couple things here as we're cooking the bacon. It's coming along nice and I'm getting hungry. The potatoes I use like on a camping trip like this, I like these Idaho spuds. They're really nice. They're dry potatoes and you soak them in water ahead of time. And what's really nice about it is that it makes a lot and it stores easy. You can also use simply potatoes, whatever you want. So the bacon's almost done. Then we're gonna take the bacon off. We're gonna add the sausage. Get the sausage done, and we're gonna start making some great progress on our hangover skillet. Okay, as you can see, our bacon is really looking good. I love it. So I think that's pretty good. We're gonna take that off right now, and I like to take it off and just put it in a some sort of a pan that we'll get to later. All right, we're adding our sausage. That's gonna be awesome. And we'll just mix that up a little bit on here. Get the sausage done, and then we'll start adding our other stuff. As you can see, the sausage is now coming along really nicely. It's looking good. I'll even take a little bit of salt and pepper, put on there a little bit, not a ton, but some. I mentioned we're in Door County. One of the cool things about your ice castles is they can travel anywhere and they make great camping rigs. We have the RV edition, the Bear Cave. So just a little bit longer on this. We're gonna take this off now and then we'll proceed with the rest of this stuff. All right, so now we're ready for the hash browns. Here's Rick's tip. What I do is I take some of this grease that's over in the corner, and instead of using olive oil in this case, I just kind of spread it along here a little bit. And then I'll put the hash browns, oops, kind of got a little messy there, all over, all right. And then I kind of evenly spread them around, okay. Now, one of the tips that I like is that after having this on here for a couple of minutes, and what I'll do is I'll actually close the grill. After I have this on here for a couple of minutes, I will add the some of the vegetables on there. And oftentimes what I do is I'll actually keep the mushrooms a little bit separate, because some people just don't like mushrooms. So if you do with a group that doesn't like mushrooms, I'll keep them separate. But the other key is I'll put the bacon and once the hash browns start to cook, I'll put the bacon on and the sausage on top of that, and some of that grease will actually work its way down and give it a lot of flavor, which your people will love. So we're back, and as you can see, the hash browns are really not totally browning yet. The goal here is not necessarily to get them super brown, but to get them a little bit done before you add the other things. But one of my keys is that I will take the meat and I will put the meat on top now. And you can hear it, if I get my mic close, you can hear it sizzling, right? But once you start mixing this, you really get some of that great flavor mixing in. And then after this goes for a while, we're gonna put the veggies and stuff on. So we'll get back to you in just a few here. All right, the time has come. I would say the skillet portion is about 3/4 of the way done. We're gonna add our veggies. I mixed up a bunch. I'm gonna kind of just do it by kind of feel. I like to add, you know, a couple of different blends to give some color. So we have red and yellow. We've talked to our crew, everyone likes mushrooms. So we're gonna mix some mushrooms right in with it. Of course, we also are gonna put plenty of onions on here. Onions are the best for flavor. So I kind of let them just sit on top, honestly, and let them cook for a while. So I'll shut the grill down. Oh, I forgot the mushrooms. Let's put those on top. As you can see, we're running out of room. So we're gonna have to do some space management here on our grill, but I think we should be okay. So we'll let this go for a bit, and then we'll be back and we have our final few steps coming up. All right, I'm really happy with the way this is coming along. Getting nice and crispy. As you can see when that turns, look at that. It's golden brown, looking good. Our next couple steps are gonna be, we're gonna take this, we're gonna give this maybe another 5 minutes here or so. Let everything season and cook. And then we're gonna take it off because we need space for our eggs. We're gonna put our eggs on, do our eggs, and then lastly, we're gonna put everything on the grill together. Eggs on top, mix it all, and then put cheese over the top, and it will be a masterpiece. As you can see, our crowd is starting to gather in the back. They're not all here yet, but we're gonna take the skillet off, and we're gonna get ready for the eggs, and then the final part is the cheese. So because there's so much, I like to put them in 2 pans with a big group like this, just so that we have enough space, and then we should be good to go. Okay, we're back. The whole process so far has been about 1 hour and 10 minutes, so that's about the amount of time. And you do get it's a hot day today, so I'm getting a little warm here. But the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put the eggs on. Now, what I like to do, because these Blackstones have a drain in the back here, right? I like to kind of watch them and let them get kind of firm before, so that you don't lose them here off the backside. We're back. Final couple steps. I take the finished product. Remember, this is for a big group, so it takes a little Blackstone grill management to get it done. But what I do then is I take this and I put it on top, the eggs, and then I just kind of mix it up. Scramble it up, and it is, if I don't mind saying so myself, looking good. All right, so then the last step in the process is to take our cheese. And you can use, I use Colby Jack. You can really use whatever cheese you want. And I just sprinkle over the top. And you can just do this by what you think. I kind of just put a generous layer over the top. You don't need to use a whole pack if you don't want to. And then the last thing is I shut the cover and I turn it off. and I just give it a couple of minutes, and then we will be back to test it out and taste it. All right, take a look at this. The guests are coming from various campsites, and it's done. It's a masterpiece. It's our skillet. It's our Hangover skillet, my specialty. Took about an hour and 20 minutes from start to finish. So let's dish this up. Look at that. Oh, just a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. And we are done, and when these come back, we'll see how everyone thinks about them and give you the report from everyone. See what the reviews come back as.
Those air fryers are unbelievable. Clean up the butt.
It's been another fun Ice Castle Eats episode. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time, we'll see you later. Submit your recipes on the link below.